I see a lot of posts on LinkedIn. Agile is not adding any business value, or the role of agile coaches is becoming irrelevant today. The corporate world is not actually looking for the agile coaches. All these questions are irrelevant today. According to me, agile shall never die. Basically, it's a framework and it's a mindset change that is needed. And whatever the framework which is given is never deployed the way it is advocated. You will have to change and tailor it to suit the ecosystem. In fact, agile is getting evolved and transformed because AI is getting integrated, and it is getting strengthened because of its original nature of being flexible and adaptable. When any framework is given, the framework is never deployed the way it is advocated. Okay, the coaches need to tailor them to suit the ecosystem of the organization. Typically the organizational culture, the management styles, the organizational collaboration behavior, the leadership perspective, there are a lot of parameters on the basis of which the framework is tailored and then deployed. Now, single size doesn't fit all. Now, the skill of the coach is to ensure that the ecosystem is properly analyzed and then the right solution is provided. Because for the same context, you may have multiple problems, and for the multiple problems, you have multiple solutions. So, single size, as I said, doesn't fit all. Now, when we deploy Agile, we deploy in using three different dimensions. According to me, the coaches should have a concept of deployment using three dimensions. The first dimension is neuropsychological, second one is AI integration, and the third one is empirical nature of the Scrum. So basically, when we talk about the Agile mindset, it is, a way of thinking. Now, what is Agile mindset? You should be focused, you should be quick to respond, identify impediments as early as possible, find the solutions immediately, collaborate for that, drive the results, reduce the elapsed time, and customer centricity should be the focus. So all these characteristics, these are the traits of being agile and having agile mindset. They can be inculcated, and then the coach is the right person to set the patterns of actions within the team to inculcate this mindset. Second thing about the neuroscience comes is agile scrum values, then followed by that, psychological safe environment creation and empowerment. They come one after other. Typically, psychological safe environment has to be created by the leadership. And for that, leadership development is imperative. What is psychological safe environment? Typically, we assume that we are all human beings and we can make mistakes. So making mistakes is never penalized. Open environment, people should be able to work freely, they should be able to identify the knowledge gaps and should be open in telling about the knowledge gaps and then take calculated risks and go ahead. In case if they fail, the supervisor should support them. This is very essential in the psychological safe environment. When you have Scrum values, psychological safe environment, then the teams become empowered. Now, empowered teams make miracles. So, for Agile, I wish that the neuroscience based patterns of actions, the goal is empowerment of the team. They collaborate, they identify the challenges, they have solved them immediately, and these teams are performing team. Okay, so I would rather say that agile deployment helps in reinventing the organization and setting up a very healthy and positive culture. Second aspect is AI integration. When AI is to be integrated, AI is integrated and the workflow is being managed by AI integration. Now, people are using AI within the workflow for product backlog refinement, maybe for coding as well as for writing user stories and then even automated testing. AI model development is best done using Scrum. Scrum is iterative in nature, and AI model development is also iterative, So all the tasks can be divided into small chunks. A small prototype can be developed, and then the data preparation, data refining, data cleaning, AI model development, and AI refining by iterative way can be done using Scrum in different sprints. And this is generally verified with the live data, and then the business value is assessed. Now, when we say that AI is integrated in Scrum or in agility, both of them are complementing to each other. So the model development time is reduced, the risk is reduced, the cost of AI model development is definitely controlled. Now, the third aspect is empirical way of deploying Scrum. Now, nobody has patience to see that the consistency is achieved, the practices are institutionalized, and the coaches stay there for a long to coach the team to ensure that the practices are institutionalized. And that is why when the coach is not around, Agile fails. Now, consistency, learn by deployment experience, and track your progress using measurements and metrics. And then continuously improve by identifying the improvement actions and patterns of actions for again getting the business value. So these are some of the ways the empirical way of agility is exploited. Now, when we say that these three dimensions are used, the coaches have to ensure that all the three needs to be mapped with the organization's business goal. Otherwise, the coaches are not adding any value. So the business goals also should be seen and mapped to the practices in day-to-day activities, and the teams can be strengthened with the right patterns of actions to see the results. According to me, Agile shall never die.